Well, good evening, everyone. Hey, surprise. Wasn't sure we're going to get a stream in tonight, but you know what? I thought, what the heck? We're doing a test flight. And I'm going to guarantee, promise you folks, I really don't know if this flight will make it all the way, but we got past the Sassel area. It's no longer sassy. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. I just noticed we got the wrong engines up here. All right, well, we're going to have white engines. It's Pratt & Whitney's for these. Doggone it, I thought it was GE's. Oh, well. Um, what you're looking at is, get ready for this. Make sure you got your seatbelts on. Yeah, be careful here. Flight factor 767. Now, we even went further, and we got the 200 SF up here. So in order to get your grubby paws on this, go to this link. And I got a couple of things to explain, so you may not want to purchase it just yet. But for those of us that do have it, I have the professional extended upgrade. It gave me the freighter and the 200 and 200 SF. Then go to X-Plane and just put in KC46, and you're going to get like, I think, what was it, 9 or 10 different liveries. Not 100% KC46s, okay, before you all go off, I did a KC46. What are you trying to do there, Fly with Mike? Well, it's the best that we can do for now. Yeah, there's no boom in the back. There's no drogue to throw out for the Navy, but it is as close as we're going to get for, some time here, because I don't think anyone's going to come out with it soon. But anyway, it's a great airplane. Now, this is version 1. Bear with me here, because I thought it was 1.6.16-beta. So it's the next update that just came out, I believe, yesterday. And the sassy Sassel error we were getting no longer, thank goodness, no longer a hangar queen this aircraft. I'm not even going to try the others that I have. They're not really, well, the A320 would be worth it, but they've really got to modify. Oh, excuse me. They really got a lot of modifications to do in that plane. But anyway, same with the A350, both of which I've been told they're working on. Whether the source is valid or not, we don't know. However, it is still recommended to go into the aircraft folder. So go into when you have this aircraft and you update it, couple of things here. First, when you update it, it's going to ask you for your key. Go get it from X-Plane if that's where you got it, or wherever you got it, and put that key in, and that'll get you going. Go ahead, do the reload from whatever we do up there on developer. Let it reload. It's still going to be sassy at you. I recommend just shut X-Plane down, restart it, go to your airplane, and you should be fine. That I don't know how to explain to them. And, I don't know if I want them to change anymore. This, as I've told you all in the past, is one of those planes I could always count on to fly when betas are going every which way but loose. So I'm glad that it's back, available. I have the TGDS file deleted. Now, I recommend you do the same. So when you get the aircraft up and loaded, shut X-Plane down one more time. Go into your X-Plane 12 folder, look for aircraft, look for your flight factor 767 folder, however it says it in there. Mine says it one way, yours will probably say it a different. And look for the plugins folder in the aircraft file for this aircraft. Just one. There isn't like other aircraft where you got a gazillion different aircraft versions of it. Just one. Go into plugins, delete Tango Golf Delta Sierra TGDS folder. And Flight Factor tells me that is the safest way to prevent CTDs, crash to desktops. There are a couple people out there on the Flight Factor forum saying you don't have to do that. All you do is just don't run your radar and your terrain following or terrain radars. You know, I'm going to err with Flight Factor on this one. And just, you know, pull the trigger, delete it. Hopefully they'll get this fixed here soon. Oh, sorry about yawning in your ears again. My goodness. It wasn't a very good night worth of sleep last night, but that's a whole different issue. Flight Factor, you don't have to worry about that one. I was not losing sleep over this, by the way, folks. So, but anyway, welcome in. Thank you so much. Again, we are going to be testing. So basically my way of testing is, hey, let's go do a flight. Let's see what happens. The TGDS folder is deleted. Wrong engine. Sorry about that one, folks. And we're actually loaded and just about ready to get the plane airborne. We were in the middle of flight loading into the FMS. So if you don't mind, real quick, let's go over this flight with Sim Toolkit. We are flying, as you saw, for Sim Air Force. We're doing a currency flight, just trying to keep ourselves current with them. We're flying from Scott Air Force Base to McConnell Air Force Base over in Wichita. Now, Wichita, as I kind of glean, is a difficult area to fly into. A lot of airports, a lot of runways, and yes, some big heavy aircraft have landed on wrong airports and runways. Whew, how they got stopped on it, I don't know. But it has happened. Look it up. You can enjoy and go, how'd they do that? More importantly, how'd they get out? Empty, most likely, but very light on fuel. There's a whole lot to it. So anyway, check it out. But anyway, again, McConnell Air Force Base is where we're headed. We're in the Flight Factor 767-200 SF. If you have this aircraft, make sure you load it in the 200 SF aircraft icon you'll have on your menu. And then just look for it. This one is the McGuire Air Force Base one. So, all right. And again, if you're going to do that, when this all loads up, select Pratt & Whitney. Then used to be able to do it right now, but he's not letting us. Probably because we're loaded. I don't know. But, you know, hey, if that's our only problem today, hey, it's a win. So now, one other thing. Oh, we got Sim Toolkit up here. So I was going to go into what you need to do to load the plane, but we'll get to that in a second. Today, we are flying as Reach 31, RCH 31, online at Scott right now. I believe, no, we're not. Disregard my last, now we will be. As soon as I verify and double check all of my information. Reach 031. You know, I have found if you don't do that, it gets really persnickety. Connect. Now we are. And we'll get that code in here in a minute. Who is ZJX? Who the heck is that? Wow, it's a whole bunch of Jacksonville centers. Holy mackerel. Must be something going on Saturday night ops down there. All right, anyway, I digress because you can't really see all of that. It's on my X-Pilot. 38,850 pounds. We're gingerly going to say, yes, we're there. Oh, actually, I can say that. We have that loaded. 215,500 on the ZFW, and that is confirmed. But we're going to put 30,000 in the fuel tanks. We're running with the passenger capacity. No, we're running at 38,850 pounds of cargo. Yeah, no, it is what it is. And we're not taking off on 3-2 right. And I don't think right now I am lining us up for one right. I think we're going to do one left. I was looking at the chart real quick. Yeah, let's do it from there. What the heck? So yeah, we're coming in on one left just because there's an ILS. We're trying to keep the flight as simple as possible. And while, yes, they may land one right there, one left has the ILS. So let's keep it simple. Today's route, very simple. Lindy 8, Vichy, DOSOA to, what are we going to? Hockett and the ILS. 80s are cost index and 38,000s are flight level. Not sure about that, but we'll take a look. Weather, beautiful here. Starting to get a little on the warm side. Some of you ought to be getting pretty happy here in St. Louis. Winds are out of the west at 8 to 10-mile visibility and a few clouds to pester us at 7,000 feet. It is currently almost 79 degrees as the sun is setting here. And like I said, it's been a pretty decent day. Out west, you can see some thunder boomers nearby. 350 at 9 is the winds. 10 miles visibility. They're reporting clear right now. 31 degrees, which is about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, not bad. Sorry about that. Just some isolated thunder boomers, otherwise known as thunderstorms. Unfortunately, since we don't have a radar folder anymore, we can't see them in the airplane. On the scope, we can see them out the windshield if we're close enough. All right, so with all of that great information, I say we crawl up in the aircraft and finish up pre-flight and get going. How's that sound? Like I said, we're halfway through St. Louis, Claire, Vichy. That is the Lindy 8 DOSOA. Now we got to put in our landing over here to ILS runway 1, transition Hockett, no stars, execute. Legs. Now, you see, this is what's called a discontinuity. That's what you want to look for. For now, we're going to just say go to Hockett. We're going to do a little wiggle waggle to get it in there, but, and yes, that is a aviation term to take to heart, and get her on one left. We might very well do one right visually, but we'll see. So beautiful flight ahead. Did want to check one thing. We are flying 393 miles. Yes, we can do 380. Okay, so with the route in, execute. Whoa. Why are we holding? Oh, I know why. Then Beagle, we'll just go direct Beagle. Okay, there we go. Okay, like I said, let me bring in charts real quick and you'll see what we're talking about here. All right, so we're coming in from DOSOA here to Hockett. You can see the hold. I don't even know if that's the proper hold or not. Let's get the chart up. Nope, we come in basically into a procedure turn and enter the hold that way. What we're going to do is work our way. Hopefully, if we're running it, if ATC's running it, well, you know, we'll have to follow what they'd say, which may or may not be right, just like the departure out of here. Little different coming out of Scott than if you fly the Lindy out of St. Louis. Well, even then, it's still kind of the same. You're not going to go to St. Louis's VOR. Most likely, you're going to run a vector to intercept either that radial to Vichy, or is it a radial to Vichy, or is there something in between? Declare, then on to Vichy, or just direct Vichy. It really kind of varies with who's up in the tower, or actually who's in the area controlling. And so we'll see. All right, so real quick taxi brief. 3-2 left is here. We're going to just basically taxi out Golf, Alpha, and away we go. Pretty simple stuff. I love that the military kept it simple. No Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Alpha 4, Alpha Echo Golf. I mean, how easy can that be? Like it should be. Beagle, and then the runway. If we do on this, we do have a hold at Burke for our missed approach. Okay, back to route, go to perf int. ZFW, that is correct. That is not the fuel we put on. What? No, I put 25 on. Okay. Still not it. Let me see if I can change it. I can't change it. Huh. That's what the flight plan called for. Actually, no, it didn't. Oh, excuse me, folks, for that big sniffle. Did not mean to do that in your ears. Hang on a second. This may be a bug. Are we in kilos? No, we're in pounds. Why did we only get 18,500? Really confused here. All right, let me try something here. All right, today's reserve, it probably is going to kick us saying reserve, fuel reserve. Hang on. 11.4. Huh. Our takeoff weight is right, or very close. Well, 3,000 off, which, interesting. Could be some interesting times when we get there. Anyway, let me look at things. Okay, you see we have our flight plan looking at 11.4. Okay. Cruise altitude 380. Cost index 80. Okay, cruise winds 06 at 38. I was expecting that. Okay, bear with me 1 second here. I'm just going to grab my numbers real quick. 3-2 left. And okay, take off 2. So we're going to go derated 53 degrees. Oh, wait, clear. 53. Okay. Next page real quick here. Runway wind 260 at 8. No slope. Reference temperature 26. Okay, come back. We're going to go flaps 5 out of here. Turn them on, see where we're at. Okay, so my numbers that I'm going to be put in are a little higher than what you see due to SimBrief increasing the climb limitation. So 129 for V1, 131 for rotate, 127. What? Oh, 134. Oh, I got the landing speed if we had to come back. Oh, that was great. Okay. So there you have it. Actually, we're not far off. Wow. Okay. We're ready to go. Final checks are getting started here. Let's see. Okay, EECs are on. C electric pumps are on. Demand's on. Let's close up the bird. And over here, okay, for now, that's all we can do. Okay, since we're on, we're good there. Okay, we're ready to go. Final checks, engine starts left and the heaters, passenger signs. We got to make sure those cargoes stay in place. Equipment cooling, auto, trim air on, recirc fans on, auto on the temperatures, and auto for the temperature. All right, we're ready to go. Here we go, fuel. Now, I'm going to warn you, unless they changed it, this goes fast. It's already ready to go. Told you. On, off. Okay. 2 more items. GPU, ACU. Let's go ahead, kick the stairs. Close them all. Okay, all the doors are closed. Fuel pumps coming on. Beacons on. And all right, I think we're ready to fire this thing up. Let's take a look outside. Real easy plane, it goes quick. Those of you that flew these airplanes will go, it does not go that quick. And it probably is not firing up because I forgot to turn the backs off. Nope. All right, let's get number one fired up. A little better, but it still really rockets up. But, you know, overall, not bad. Hey, we're started. That's a good thing. Now let's see if we can get, okay, engines are started. Now, we don't have to worry about turning generators on. What we do have to worry about up here, hydraulics. Kind of funny, even if they were on, they're technically off until the engines come on. They're called engine hydraulic pumps. A little irony there. Anti-ice we're not going to need. Left and right bleeds on. Packs on. APU bleed off. APU off. Gen off. All right, next up on the list, we come down here. Auto brakes. We'll try them out. Don't work well in the 747-800 from SSG. Altimeters, I think we're still the same, 2976. Yep. And let's see, we're looking at 134. We'll go 144. 319. Up to 38,000. I am going to double check that Kansas City didn't pop back up with all of these centers floating around us. It happens. Yes, you got to do it. It's a real slow, painful. Just making sure they didn't. Okay. Flight directors on. State tram 3.7. Let's actually do it from here. Close enough. Flaps 5. Okay, should read out. EFIS control panel 200, 200. We're not going to worry about anything to do with radars and all of that. We're not going to turn data on either. And we're ready to taxi. How about that? Scott Air Force Base traffic reach is 31. Taxi to runway 32 left. Oh, we're not going to go anywhere. Hey, guys, get rid of those chocks. Well, we'll see if we can get further than 5 minutes on takeoff. That's our first goal. And touchdown at McConnell, our final goal in this lovely test flight. But again, we're flying 1.6.16 beta, and it cured the SASL error. I don't think Flight Factor thought it would, but so something may have else done it. Who knows? I'm just tickled that we're able to go this far with it. All right. Hope your weekend is looking good. I have no clue what tomorrow's flight will be or if and when it will take off. But there will be a flight. I think we're going to fly in Africa. Not 100% sure, but leaning towards that flight. Maybe something else will come along and catch my eyes. Feel free to use our Discord channel. We do have a flight request channel there. Let us, if you have an idea, let me know. And just for those keeping track, tomorrow is hurricane season. Which also means we're getting close to the halfway point in the year. Yeah, I hear y'all. Oh my gosh, it went so fast. I said halfway point. I didn't say we're looking at New Year's Eve tomorrow. All right, I do need to check. Wow, pretty close to the only ones not up. And I am going to bring the sounds up for you again, like we did with the 747 yesterday. I hope those that were telling me to crank it up on the audio so they could hear it, we're happy. I haven't seen a naysayer yet on that flight, and it's only been out on YouTube a couple hours, so hopefully hopefully we did a better job for them. Plus, we threw in a surprise flight. Y'all have seen it already. The 727 flew the skies again of flying with Mike. All right, I think we're ready for takeoff. Let me just double check. Auto throttle on, thrust. All right, we're looking pretty good. Transponder, transpond, please. And Scott Air Force Base traffic reach 31. Sorry that I'm on Unicom. I just realized that. Departing Scott Air Force Base 32 left. Thought I had switched over. Scott Air Force Base traffic, common traffic area, reach 31. Finally on the right channel, departing 31 or 32 left. Okay. Hang on a second. All right, let's see how this sucker works. Takeoff's lumbering down the runway as expected. There's 80. V1. rotate. All right, after takeoff checks, auto brakes are off, gears up, lights off, and we're on our way. And yes, this will maybe be a night landing. We'll see into McConnell as we climb through the clouds here. So far, so good. All right, so I hope y'all enjoy. We're departing Scott Air Force Base, headed to McConnell Air Force Base. Here's the Chariot taking us. The 767-200 SF from Flight Factor in the professional extended version. Hang on a second. Where are we? Oh, okay. Poplar Street Bridge and all of that. Okay, kind of looked weird, that's all. But anyway, yeah, we just passed Cahokia, crossing the Mississippi, and we're onward to McConnell. Hope you enjoyed that departure. That wasn't bad. I think I may have actually over-rotated. I'm not 100% sure. I thought that's what that little squeal was in the cockpit. We're direct Claire, on to the Lindy 8 to Vichy, and then on to McConnell. Vichy, by the way, is Rolla, Missouri. Look at these clouds. Wow. Nice job, Laminar. And Flight Factor. Hey, we got this far. It hasn't been that way in about a week and a half now. And for some, as many as back to February. So it's been a bug that hit them, and I don't know what they got to do to cure it, other than keep their eye on the ball, maybe. Okay, there's 10,000. On our way to 38,000. Pretty sure they wouldn't normally cruise up that high, but they might. Usually you don't like your contrails to be seen. Kind of shows you where you are. You know, that little thing the military does not like you to know where they are. So, anyway, we're climbing out. Glad to have you aboard. Hey, we're 50 minutes into this flight. We're airborne and cruising on up. So, wow, there's something new for you. And let's see, according to everything, we still do not have center, which is cool. Sometimes works out better when you don't with a test flight, but hey, it wouldn't have mattered. I actually thought about flying with XP12 ATC. You're not going to get to do what you want there usually. And the other thought was another FedEx flight, but this one, currency-wise, I thought, you know, be smart to go ahead, get us up to as close as we can, keeping us current with them. I got 5 virtual organizations I belong to, so sometimes it gets a little tricky trying to stay current with them all. Nice night to fly, it looks like. Think if I am right, unfortunately, I think we just passed Spirit back there somewhere. Looks funny. Big old wide engines on the aircraft. Yeah. Now, those of you that have flown the 767 and Flight Factor successfully know click spots that are there. The big one being on the altimeter, upper left-hand set screw there. That'll set your altimeter across the way. The other one is right next to speed. This set screw puts you in toga or auto throttle, whatever you want to call it, but basically brings you up to takeoff. Now, what I did here, and I didn't continue through, I click takeoff and 2. That's how you do a D-rated takeoff. In the FMC here, as you noted, I put the thrust that Sim Toolkit gave us, or Sim Brief gave us, slash DTO2. So that way it showed the numbers for TO2, even though it doesn't read TO2. I don't get that. I really don't. It shows climb 1. Maybe if I put a space in, I don't know. But anyway, that's what we did to get this working. For those that are going, how'd you do that? Because I'm one of those for quite a long time. How'd you do that? And I've paid attention long enough the next time, and lo and behold, I went, oh, that's super simple. All right, since we've got such a short flight, I'm going to go ahead, get in here, and get on our voice. If you'd like to come on and talk via voice, we'll accommodate the volume settings once someone comes on. But for now, kind of kick back, relax. Hey, you know what? We got about 45 minutes to our destination. I hope you enjoy the flight. Well, we've made it to 38,000 feet. So far, so good. Everything's going pretty good here. So hope you all enjoy this. It's not a very long flight at all, and intentional. Again, this was meant for testing. We've got about 30 minutes to our destination. So hope you all can enjoy. The big thing, I downloaded the latest update, came out I believe yesterday, 1.6.16 beta from Flight Factor on the updater. That got rid of the sassy sassle error, on top of a few other things. I'm still trying to get used to this new panel, and I know they have, I think, other things coming. So hopefully they address the whole package here. The 200, the 200 SF, 300 freighter, and the 300 ER. So, but again, we're on a nice short hop. We're in the KC46 livery. Maybe you'll be able to hear a little better. But anyway, and we're off to where one of the big bases for them is, McConnell. Actually, I think they were built there or final assembled there. So really fun. I love flying this livery for Sim Air Force. I love flying into McConnell. So yeah, it's kind of a win-win when we get to do this. So again, like we said in the beginning, hope your weekend is off to a great start. With the Lord's Day tomorrow, we do plan at this moment, barring any, anything coming up, we do plan to try to do a flight tomorrow. Monday will be like normal, flying 1 or 2 flights, but we have a cutoff time. Because of a church gathering we need to go to. So, hey, we snuck another stream in on you. Love it. That gives us another one for the days where we can't stream due to work. Not to say that sometimes I don't come home and I am capable of streaming sometimes. I do like to kind of take a break. So anyway, thank you. I love coming on here with you guys and love putting out the YouTube content. Yeah, I need to go through and trim it down. We're over 800 videos so over on our YouTube channel. So we need to trim it back. So if you're new to Flying with Mike here on Twitch, and you like what you see and you'd like to see more, hit that follow button. Love for you to follow us. It's free, and if you click notifications, the cost is an email. I think we can all handle that one. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, the language is a little different there. We would love for you to smash subscribe if you haven't already. That is a free thing there. It's kind of like following in YouTube for those not aware of that. And if we get monetized, then there's other ways that you would be able to come on like a subscriber over in Twitch. But just know by subscribing, you are not paying in YouTube. So now, if you subscribe here in Twitch, you get ad-free viewing. More importantly, and I don't think a lot of people out there, either they just, I don't want to be callous here, don't care about the content provider they're watching, just about them, which I know that's a lot of what today is like. The content provider does not get the normal transaction when you subscribe to their channel. They get a couple of pennies, and that's about it. When you do the what Twitch has out there for you to be able to watch on any channel commercial free. The content providers are barely paid in that. But if you actually subscribe to the channels, that's when they actually receive. If you're wanting to give them that, then they receive the full amount. So anyway, I don't like getting into that because, like I said, words can get nasty to people, and you know how that goes. So, but we're on our way. We are 26 minutes out. Top of Descent's going to be coming up on us before we know it. And speaking of which, looks like it's about 60 miles out. I think I found a bug, and I may have to send a bug report to them. We're gonna try something different next time with the aircraft. Next flight, not this one, next flight. The fuel couldn't be put in correctly, and I don't know why. And it may be already known to them. You know, that's something, you know, you never know. There's a lot of stuff they release known bugs. I don't wish they wouldn't do that, but who's gonna stop them? But, you know, hey, at least they're working the issues, and they're trying to get this plane back to how it was. Improved in some areas, but at least to where we can fly with the radars, the terrain, and all of that. Let me try something. All right, we're going to go ahead in the music there. And we're going to cruise on. Currently, just so you all can see, I'm zoomed in on our arrival. Let's get out here. Curiosity. What's around us? Yeah. Oh, a whole bunch in Wichita. No. That Kansas City? I'm not sure who this is. Emporia. All right, so now we're showing you this. Now, I could also bring the weather in. Let's see. Is there going to be any weather along our route? That does not appear so. We could get a little shower as we come around Hockett, but overall, it looks pretty decent out here. So, yeah, there's a lot of overlays here that you can now turn on in NavGraph. All right, so we're coming to DOSOA. We're planning the one left ILS. Only reason is the others are RNAVs. Let's kind of, this is a testing flight, so let's give it all out. So we're going to head from DOSA down here to Hockett. Now, technically, you would shoot a procedure turn to come back in. What I'm going to do is when we get in this area right here, I'm going to be looking to turn us in early. All right, so let's plan 3,000. Actually, right now I'm going to plan 5,000. So there's a couple of things we could do here. You could go to this, take a look, see if there's been any changes here. Okay, we could click descent now. There aren't any additional winds or anything we could add to it. So we're what, 30 miles, I think we said over here out. So we could click descend now or just wait for top of descent. I'm half tempted to wait. I really am. So anyway, we're going to fly in McConnell Tower will be 127.25. Let's go ahead and put that in. Ooh, that was easy. Now all we got to do is remember flip the channel. And then our ILS, we can do that here as well. 111. 1, and we're looking at 008. Okay, so our ILS, oops, that's not right. There we go. So 111.1, 8 degrees, and everything else is set up. Clouds are just looking fantastic here at sunset. Okay, so there you have it, 1111.0, 8 degrees. Beagle at 3,000 and 200 for our decision height. So 6 miles out at 3,000. That's about, I'm going to be cutting in here. Currently 2 minutes from Beagle. So I think we're ready to go, and everything looks good. All right, we had a little trouble there getting the aircraft to go to Hockett. The hold had a lot to do with it, and we got her all squared away. And it looks like we got a thunderstorm up ahead of us. Let's see. Let me look over here. Yeah, not showing up on the weather radar for charts. Okay, here we go into something in front of us. That's actually about where I want to hit 5,000. All right, if you want to put a prediction in on the flight, put an exclamation mark, the word predict, a space, make sure to use a negative number. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're still moving. Okay, good. I thought we froze. I am waiting for us to shut down and the flight logged before I call it success. One test flight we did prior to this, before removing TGDS a couple flights ago, was Memphis to St. Louis. We turned in, we got about a 5 mile or so final out, and it crashed to desktop. So until wheels touch terra firma, or how does one summer put it, pixel terra firma, we're not going to call this a success until then. I don't care if it's 9 million feet per minute. As long as we land and all of that, great. If we don't, then we know Flight Factor still has troubles. All right, so we're looking at an altimeter out here of 2982. Now, if you watch over here, you're going to see a message come up. Altitude disagree. What that's saying is what we're showing on the captain's side altimeter is different than that on the first officer. See if we can kind of say it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Nah, it's way too small. At least for me, way too small. See, it says 2982 and we got 2982. So the easy way, just click right there. Now they match and the message is gone. Unfortunately, the captain side backup you have to set. That one you have to set, but that's the click spot and how it works. All right, so let me kind of catch up here. All right, so we are coming into McConnell. We are on the outskirts of Wichita, Kansas right now. Some of the flattest country in the United States. My goodness, is it flat. Reminiscent, if those of you are familiar with I-55, about 10 miles south of Cape Girardeau in Missouri to Memphis, flat as a board. The only bumps, if you will, in the road is a hill for, oh, what the heck's the name of that town now? Anyway, there are many hills. It's just flat as a pancake. Same here. And Wichita, it's actually larger area here in Wichita. So that's why when you wonder why are there so many known tornadoes out here, because you can see them for miles. There's not many trees. There's forests, but not to the degree that we're used to, say, half of Missouri going east. Now you really get into a lot. Tornadoes get kind of difficult to see then. But out here, it's flat, it's open, and boy, can you see them for miles. Friends of mine would talk, it just hit the house about 10 miles from here. That's a long way when you think about it. Not good for the house, but that, why go inside? You still got a good 10 miles to it. So yeah, it's one of those weird phenomena. Tornadoes are weird. So, but anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here to fly. Now, one thing, just so you're aware. Now, Flight Factor doesn't model this. If anyone ever comes out with a KC-46, it would behoove them to hear this. There are no reverse thrusters on a KC-46. Just like the KC-135R, you know, with those big open engines, they don't have reverse thrust. Many people like to argue they are there, but they are not there. All right, here we go. Getting ready for the turn. About 5,000 feet to go, 20 miles or so. We'll make the turn and we'll continue our descent to 3,000. Grab the ILS and come on in. But yeah, it's so flat out here, folks. Um, it just amazes me. And Wichita itself is just it's a neat city if you've you know, to see it the first time. After that, you're like, that's a city. And the answer is yes. So anyway, it's just, you know, it's a city for what they have out here: corn, wheat, grains, lots of it. All right, I'm going to turn. Get down a little quicker. All right, let's see what we can see. Nothing. How about that? So far, just about an hour in the air. So nice run here to Wichita. Okay, we're getting close. All right. Clear skies, huh? Okay. Let's go ahead and start slowing the beastie down. Well, we broke out. Okay, we got the localizer. All right, let's go ahead and go around on this one. We'll just kind of do an overhead. McConnell traffic, reach 31 heavy. We'll be turning base for runway 1 left. And reach 37 is final stable for runway 1 left. And McConnell traffic reach 37s, clear all runways to the ramp. All right, there you have it. Looks like we had a pretty good flight. We'll see how the landing looked. Didn't look that great. Um, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, number-wise, we did okay. Don't get me wrong there. Not complaining there. Um, I'm more complaining about the way I flew it. All right, brakes are set. I'm going by the parking chart on Google, just so you're all going, why are you parked that weirdly? That's what I'm following, the Google. They've got them north-south parking. Looks like here, east-west. All right, so let's get the lights off. All right, let's see. APU gen needs to come on. All right, there you have it. We are in the blocks here. McConnell. Kind of weird, I know. Wonder what map Laminar is using. But anyway, yeah, they actually show them on the chart as east-west. Again, who knows how old that chart is, too, or that picture. So, there you have it. Let's take a look here and see how we did. Hang on a second. That's not what I wanted to see to find out how we did. Yeah, even they have it showing it better, and I'm off. Oh well. So next time I'm going to aim for these concrete pads. I think that'll do it. Anyway, let's trying to find out what my landing rate was with them. $364 feet a minute, 1G, and 123 knots. So we were slow. Okay, no big deal. So that's what the airline got us at. All right, now, bear with me a second. Let's take a look at what Elevatech did. Okay, looking at Elevatech, let me find the icon. There it is. We'll complete the flight. You can see how it went. We went direct Claire and then on, and you can see we did our little overhead because we were way too high. All right, Elevatech got us at 361 and 123 at 1.6 Gs. So, I'm not sure who to believe there. Yeah, they actually now show overcast. Interesting. All right, now for Sim Toolkit, that's what we learned the most off of. 347, 123 knots, 1.7 Gs. Okay, so we know we touched a little, and I felt it was a little hard. Completing. Okay, so you can see the route. There's our little overhead. Zoom in. Actually, it looks pretty good. I'm kind of shocked. I thought it flew worse than that. View details. Hour 31-minute flight, 355 on the mileage, 4,400, call it 500 kilograms of fuel. And you know the rest. Now let's see how we did. Oh, we landed short. Huh, we fooled it too. 859. Wow. 3 feet off the center line. That makes me happy. Pitch 3. That wasn't bad. 4 on the roll. I did catch the wind. What was right down the runway? Dadgum. Anyway, overall though, it looks like a beautiful flight. We came off here and taxied. See how I'm talking, how they park? Yeah, north-south instead of east-west. So we'll next time probably line up that way. But hey, this was a fun flight. I hope you all enjoyed it. A nice test flight. Again, X-Plane 12, 2.0 Beta 6 is what we're flying in. Today's flight was in the Flight Factor 767 200 SF. To get your hands on the aircraft. Now, I'm going to be honest and tell you I wouldn't be buying anything right now from them. They are having issues. You do have to delete a folder to ensure you get a good flight. But if you so choose, there's the link. We are currently updated using what's called the Updater program with Flight Factor. And it's 1.6.16 beta 1. The one prior to it was giving me sassle errors. I like to call them sassy sassle errors. And they were kind of a pain in the rump. This flight flew fine. We're on the ground. We're still here. It's great. I mean, that worked. So this aircraft is out of the hangar and back into operations. That is what you get with that professional extended upgrade. You get the 767-300ER passenger, 767-300 freighter, 767-200ER passenger, and the 767-200 SF. And then if you once you have that all installed, then go look for the KC46 liveries. All you're going to get is the paint job. Okay, gonna warn you ahead of time. Don't think you're going to be able to go out and do air refueling. You might be able to. I don't know. Kind of looking at the EFB, I don't know how you would do that, to be totally honest. It'd have to be an add-on plug-in or Lua script to be able to do that. But anyway, those I don't know of. So that's how you get what you see on the ramp. And the last thing you have to do once you have it all installed, go into your X-Plane 12 folder, look for aircraft. Once you're in that aircraft folder, look for your 767. There's only one. And then look in that aircraft 767 aircraft folder for plugins. In the plugins folder, delete right now the TGDS folder. Tango Golf Delta Sierra. I hope I got it right. You'll be able to figure it out. Delete it, and then you'll be in better shape. You won't be crashed to desktops 5 minutes in, or as we said on final, we were within 5 miles of Lambert, and she crashed to desktop. Heartbroken, but they happen. So, all right, well, y'all have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll try to give you a little heads up on what's coming your way tomorrow. But I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy it. as best you can. I know here in the Midwest pushing east, we still have not yet hit 90 degrees almost 6 months into the year. That is flat out awesome. So we're starting to put the humidity and we're starting to heat up outside. So it probably won't be much longer, a week or two. But that is just awesome. Usually we touch 90 in March, sometimes earlier. April usually for sure in May. But boy, this year it has been just beautiful weather aside from all the rain. So the Lord is good, as our verse of the day says. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations. Great, great psalm uh, to just read. Sometimes, like I said yesterday, reading the Proverbs, it's refreshing to hear all of that wisdom. And same with the Psalms, to just the poetry, the imagery, and all that comes out. I mean, the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to you, past, present, future, to all generations is always there. So I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope your next week is a great week. And again, if you're new to us on Twitch, hit follow. If you're new to us on YouTube, hit subscribe. Y'all have a great day. And we will be up and flying, God willing, tomorrow. We'll have more details as soon as we know them. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.